Throughout our history, Texas women have broken the mold, stood out from the rest, and challenged the status quo. The Women's Hall of Fame serves as a reminder of what women can do when we decide that mediocrity is not an option. More than 125 exceptional women have been inducted into the Texas Women's Hall of Fame since its inception in 1984. And today, I am so proud to see 5 more strong Texas women added to these ranks. Congratulations are in order to them for understanding that status quo is just not an option. Their lifetimes of hard work, unwavering resolve, and fearless efforts are a testament to the strength of Texas women. They are the strong foundation on which our great state is built, and they exemplify the opportunities available if you seek them out. I would also like to call attention to some notable students from TWU. Where are you today that are here with us? Raise your hands. Thank you. In Texas, I must tell you that the big wide sky is open, and there is no limit to what you can do. And perhaps one of you will find yourself walking across this stage into the Texas Women's Hall of Fame. Thank you for joining us today. I'd also like to recognize the commissioners that are here today. Would you please stand? I think they're on the back row. Please stand. Some of them, here they are, some of them too. It is another wonderful volunteer job, and thank you for your public service. Sandra Day O'Connor, who was inducted 2 years ago, said that the more education a woman has, the more likely she will be to succeed. And as you can see from the women here today, education truly makes a difference. Thanks to the work of the many trailblazers before us, I believe we live in an age where Texas women can do anything we aspire to do. And the women that we are honoring today are no less an example of that. They show us what can be done when we make the choice to succeed, when barriers are seen as challenges, and when being the best is the only option. The women here today are being recognized for the work they've done and will continue to do because it is different from most. The work they do stands out because they stand out, and they make a difference.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you very much. Thank you for your devotion to the women of Texas, your interest in their shared success. Every day, your grace, your beauty, your inner strength remind me of why I pursued you relentlessly for 16 years before you finally agreed to my proposal of marriage. You spoke of goals. Getting married to you is the best goal I ever set. And I might add, the best one I ever accomplished as well. So it is an honor to be here with you today. Congressman, it's a pleasure to be with you, sir, and thank you for your service. And just in the company of a lot of Texans who celebrate Texas women, celebrate their remarkable contribution to our state. As far as I'm concerned, Texas just wouldn't be Texas without the contribution of the wonderful women who have lived boldly, who have shattered stereotypes, and who've made this a better place to live. You think of all the trailblazers who have been honored in this hall. The leaders of business, of government, education, the military, philanthropy. The list is almost inexhaustible. As you leaf through their biographies and you read their remarkable exploits, one begins to see a bit of a trend, showing the overriding importance of education. Teresa, you and I have had this conversation multiple times. When it comes to success in life, you can go back and almost pinpoint in every example that opportunity to have access to education. When one considers the limited access to education that women experienced a long time ago, it makes you wonder just how much farther along we'd be as a country, as a world even, had the quality of today's education been available all along. That perspective also deepens our respect and admiration for women who press through barriers, got their hands on the education that they deserved, regardless of the social limitations of the time. In that regard, so many women who are enshrined in the hall are pioneers in the truest sense, in a state that was shaped with that pioneer mentality. Today, we continue to knock down barriers to education so that opportunity is equally available to all. Throughout my time of service to the state, I've placed the strongest emphasis on education. Myra, we have together made some amazing inroads, made some great progress, working to improve the way that we teach our children, shifting the focus into measuring outcomes that truly make a difference. That's why we introduced the Texas High School Project in 2003, building public-private partnerships, improving graduation rates, and inspiring young people to aspire to a higher educational opportunity, applying innovation to teaching. And from that program, we launched the Texas STEM Academies, where young people get the science and technology and engineering and math that will serve you all so well as you go and compete in the global marketplace. As I work to persuade Myra's colleagues this next session of the legislature to double the size of that STEM program, celebrating the advances that we have made, preparing those high schoolers to graduate ready for job or college, no matter what their economic or social status. Just today we received word from the Texas Education Agency, Pam, that the latest round of SAT tests were out. We learned that Texas had a 13% increase in the number of African American students who were taking the SAT, a 14% increase in the number of Hispanic students in Texas that are taking the SAT. You know, at the same time, the number of young women taking the test went up nearly 10% over the previous year. That means that 54% of the students taking the SAT in Texas are women. It's clear that our efforts to open young minds to the possibility of higher education is gaining substantial traction. I celebrate their improvement, the difference that it will make in their lives and the lives of that they will live tomorrow in this state, in the workplace, at home, in their communities. We know perhaps one of today's high school seniors that is going to be working towards applying for and getting that degree to Texas Women's University or the beloved Texas A&M. They'll gain admission to this hall someday because of what we have done together to make that education more accessible to this year's inductees. To all the women who will someday follow in your footsteps, I say well done. Well done for your courage. Thank you for the example that you set, providing living proof that greatness resides first in the heart and is realized through hard work and perseverance. You make Texas proud. So God bless you, and through you, may God continue to bless the great state of Texas. Thank you.